a huge shout out to all of our supporters over at patreon.com/878 Survivor FM. Our two $10 supporters, Scale Speeder Gaming and Dick Donovan, thank you so much. And our generous $25 supporters, Jake Snow and Eric Johnson. Thank you very much for your support, and we hope you enjoy the spotlight on Dozing Chopper. Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up?
Not much at all, mate. Not much at all. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this, buddy.
Yeah.
You're a very controversial figure for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Already Dazzy Boys hit coming in with the hard questions in chat, mate. But we're going to start it off, nice and light and yeah.
I would get on the camera, but it's connected to my streaming PC, so I can't.
Bugger.
Yeah,
so we'll start off with just the basics about you, mate. How old are you?
I'm 24.
You are half my age, mate. Fuck me, I'm old.
Oh, I thought you just turned 28.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, you'll be alright. You're 28. You're only 4 years older than me. What are you talking about?
48, mate. 48.
Dad, I think it was 28. You misconstruing it.
And you got a missus, any kids or anything like that, buddy?
No time for that, unfortunately.
No. What do you do outside of gaming? You got a job?
No. I've got a lot of savings up from when I was professional in PUBG and stuff. So I try and do this full time. I try and focus on making good content. And
so you were a pro player in the PUBG tournaments?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't know that. What team were you with?
I started off with Honey Badger Nation, and I went to went to World Finals in Berlin, and then I joined Charge, which then got signed by Raise Your Edge, and I played for them in Pro League in Berlin, and yeah, I've just been playing the last 2 years under those. Really,
I don't play much PUBG anymore. But I still take the time to watch the big tournaments. They've got some faults. What game doesn't have faults, though? But when it comes to the tournaments, fuck, they know how to run a good tournament.
They did. Yeah, they changed a lot recently, which isn't very good for the competitive integrity.
So you weren't a fan of the PGIS scoring system, then I'm taking it?
No, it was really bad, I'll be honest.
See, I liked it. To be honest, I liked it. Like, as a pleb, not as a pro, I liked the fact that they were mixing it up. That during the qualifying week, it was all about the winner chicken dinner. And then when it came to the weekend, the playoffs, it was about kills and placements. I liked seeing these top-class athletes have to change their style to qualify. I thought it was a brilliant move. I know it wasn't popular with a lot of the players and a lot of the viewers as well.
I'll be honest with you, I actually really liked the idea of the winner chicken dinner, but like it has to be in a system where it keeps the competitive integrity of it. Yep. Because if it doesn't, then it's just random who's qualifying, right? Because unfortunately, and this will always be the case, but there will always be some element of randomness to battle royales, and we got to a system, we got to a place in the game where it wasn't necessarily all about that. Yes, there was still a lot of luck involved if you got circle, etc. Now it sort of moved past that point where we were trying to improve things as we went along. But yeah, recently it's just been downhill recently, I would say.
You know what bugged me the most?
What's that?
With the game is the blue zone.
I don't know. I don't mind it. Like, I feel like, what do you replace it with to make it, more balanced than blue zone? Because there really isn't much to it,
I would have liked to have seen a element added to the blue zone. One of the thing that I hated about it was people could just go camp in the blue zone. Particularly in those early stages, and they suffer literally no penalty for being in the blue other than a slight tick of damage. I would have liked to have seen basically because they imply that it's some sort of electrical field. That one of the things I hated the most was being sniped by someone who was just hiding out in the blue. It should make it so that it's very difficult to shoot. Pretty much, you can only shoot from the hip when you're in the blue zone.
I agree with that. Yeah.
There you go.
The one thing I would say about it is, as like the casual game, I would agree that is an element to it. But for mostly like in competitive, if you're taking a lot of blue zone damage and there's more damage involved in the competitive side of things.
Yeah.
To stop that and to neglect it. I wish they would have just synced up the casual fan base and the competitive side and just put the same settings across the board of the game. That way casuals would understand what the pro players are going through.
Yeah.
But that's where, similar to DayZ, they don't understand what's quite needed for the game to elevate to another level. And that's just I don't know, higher ups not understanding how it's played, or they don't even play their own game. It's how it is.
So I'm going to jump straight into it. While we're on this topic, I've got a whole pile of other questions, getting to know you and stuff like that. But we're sort of circling around the big thing. At the moment, you're probably one of the most banned fucking content creators from a number of different servers.
Yeah.
Now, the minute you said to me that you used to be a pro PUBG player, everything clicks into place with why you're so good at PvP. In PUBG, you're getting in numerous battles all the fucking time, and it comes down to those reflexes. Like, as I said, I watch a lot of I watched pretty much the entire PGIS tournament following Luke 12's team.
Shoot to kill, they're great players. Great guys.
They should have done better. But they had that bit of a kerfuffle with kicking one of their players mid-tournament, and something like that. It's got to affect your mindset and that. But he's just an absolute freak of nature, Luke 12. I've got a good story about him. Well, we are talking with Dozing Chopper, folks. This is now a spotlight interview that we had planned, because Dozing Chopper is a very contentious figure with some idiots in the community who constantly accuse him of cheating. And the second you hear a person say they used to be a pro PUBG player, well, maybe there's a reason why they're so fucking good at PvP. Because I remember that clip I showcased of yours, mate, where you were in the car and you jumped out, and it was clinical.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty cool clip. Yeah,
it was fucking clinical, mate. I watched that in awe. You've probably just been watching me stream, mate, and seen how bad I am at PvP. But
honestly, like, you said something on your stream earlier, which actually rings true to me so much. And it was you said something about suspense, and it was like you've got the tactics, but you miss a lot of shots. But it adds to the suspense of things.
Yes.
And for me, the one thing that I don't have with content I do currently is I don't have any suspense in my stuff, and I have to try and make that up in videos, because generally most of the time it's just I see a guy, he dies.
Yep.
Right? And as much as that's a really cool thing in some aspects, when you're trying to make videos, content, trying to create that suspense, the drama, it's not a thing that works. Like,
yep.
I've got so many clips of me wiping 4, 5, 6-man squads, and it's all over within a minute, and I can't even make a video of it. It just it does have its pros and cons of, I guess, being able to hit your shots consistently.
I like you said, mate. I do feel for you guys who are that good at PvP, that it does eliminate a bit of the suspense of a situation. I watch Toprek, Minder, guys like them play a lot, and when they get a kill, it's just a GG. When I get a kill, mate, I'm fucking ecstatic. I am jumping up and down, and yes. If I'd gotten that bloke earlier in my stream, I would have been so fucking happy.
It would have been, it was, but like, you build that suspense along with it, which I love. Is like, you have that all that moment of seeing him lurking around. You know what I mean? Like you have all them good moments that lead up to that kill, which makes it better, right? But if you're just shooting somebody just because you've seen them, like you don't generally have that attachment to it. So although like sometimes it might not be, sometimes it's great to be able to shoot somebody like, you know, like a bullseye, but sometimes it's even better to not even, like just miss a couple of shots. You know, there's been times where I have whiffed on a guy and it's made the content better in the long run.
Why do you think so many people accuse you of being a hacker? Salty, jealous?
I mean, I don't know. It's not. It's like it's
when
not just
I say that, I'm not going
accused of. But
like the ones in chat, he's saying once you join their deathmatch server, he gets reports on a daily about you, you know, being a hacker and all the rest of it. But I'm talking about the people who should know. You know, I'm not going to say names because you're not allowed to badmouth people. But I remember when you joined the creators server, and a certain fairly big streamer. We're allowing cheaters in here now. And I was like,
he actually accused me of stream sniping because I'm banned on 3 servers for stream sniping.
Yep.
But yeah, I get your point. I don't generally know why people say the things they do. Like it might be salt. And like I know why a few things. But like I said, nobody's ever had proof or even come close to it. And people have to remember is when I play on a server that's generally not known for their PvP quality, like I'm gonna go trample over that lobby. If I just want to go shoot everybody, if I want to literally go shoot somebody, I'm gonna go trample over them. Like Daisy's not meant to Daisy's not meant for me. Daisy's not a game where you play for PvP, right?
No.
I play servers for like to get PvP, right? But I play for the content, not the PvP, because PvP is just an aspect of content.
There's better games to play for PvP if you want.
100%. I'd still be playing PUBG if it was for PvP. Like this game
so why
is
did you
not
stop
meant
playing
for
PUBG?
PvP. Honestly, it was like for me, I was very I would say I wouldn't say a bad person, but I became very toxic in my drive to win. Like when I set something or a goal for myself, I'm very ambitious. And for me, like it gets to me to the point where like if I'm seeing mistakes I make, it like I kind of like express that as a person. It wasn't fair to teammates that I played on as well. And at the same time, like I wasn't having that much fun on the game because I was like that. It just wasn't me as a person. So for me, like it was better that I took a step back, and I started doing it towards the end of. I started playing Daisy again, like consistently. I would say at the end of last year, and no, the start of last year, and it kind of got to a point where I was in a good place with making content. So I just kind of decided, okay, I'm gonna take this time now, leave Daisy, and move on to and leave PUBG and move on to Daisy.
And do you ever go back and play much PUBG at the moment?
I haven't played PUBG in a couple of months. Actually, the guy in chat, Atomical, he was my old teammate for my recent team with potential. We had a lot of potential, and I was really like, I was going to go back and play it consistently with those guys, but it wasn't fair on them if I was trying to make content at Daisy at the same time. So I kind of made the decision for myself to just completely separate myself from the game. Same as why I won't ever play Escape from Tarkov, because I'll get sucked into the game. So for me, like that's one of the reasons I stopped playing. Yeah.
But they've got a competitive league going now as well, don't they?
Yeah, I've seen elements of it. A good friend Hayes is playing it a lot these days, and he's making content and doing tournaments. So yeah, I hope it goes well.
Because you were in the Christmas shoot up event I had, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That EDM, it was a lot of fun.
I really want to see a competitive DayZ league because, yeah, I think back to, I don't know if you ever watched them back in the day, the old Survivor games. Everyone is probably sick to death of hearing me go on about Survivor games, but I
would love it.
There is such a capacity for DayZ if they can pull their finger out of their ass Sorry, Daisy, I love you. You know I love you, but you need to pull your finger out of your ass and get a professional, even just a semi-professional, like the old Survivor games were. Just hype them up on Twitch, get a bunch of content creators together, and let them go at it for 3 hours. I reckon that would. I have to ask, during the Christmas Bam Bam event, was that a bit more suspenseful for you? Being a bit more competitive?
I mean, for the battle royale, like I lasted like 5 minutes and I got sniped. Like I didn't even know what was going on. I'll be honest.
Yeah. It was a pretty ordinary start. That I will admit.
Yeah. But the TDM, I mean, it was just like any other TDM. Like it wasn't really a challenge, I would say. It was more just the same old, same old.
Yep.
The thing is like, as much as like there's a lot of the way I would describe the scene in DayZ, it says there's good DayZ players, right? There are good DayZ players. But the guys I play with and myself, I think, are just on another level currently. Where like it doesn't like you could. A lot of it comes down
to the tactics with DayZ.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. And that's like, if you can shoot and you have tactics, like there's not much that can really go wrong for you, except for if DayZ messes you up, which happens.
Especially on Esker at the moment, as I saw tonight. Jesus Christ, they come through those fucking doors like crazy.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I wish. I hope they get around to fixing that. That'd be a nice fix.
They will. But we'll come back to some of the more stuff like that about you, because I do want to talk about the stream sniping as well.
Go for it.
So your name, Dozing Chopper, what's the origin of it?
You know, I get asked that quite often actually, and there is no origin to it. It was just kind of, you might as well have drawn it out of a hat. I started playing Arma 2 in, I would like to say, it was about, it was like 2012 leading into 2013, just before DayZ release, and I was playing under the name DZTV. I don't know why I picked it. It was just random. It wasn't associated to Dozing Chopper or anything. And I was playing a lot with Sada back then. And I was playing a lot of Arma 2 with him.
Yep.
And I just had the name, and then eventually like DayZ came out, and after I would say a year of playing under that name, I chose Dozing Chopper. I just kind of, that's kind of how it originated, does it?
And do you have any other hobbies outside of gaming?
No, not really. I used to I love rugby, of course.
League or
I love
union?
watching rugby. Union. I used to play in the army, so like for me, I was very
you were in the army, were you?
Yeah, 4 years.
Nice. What unit?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was in the Welsh Guards actually.
The Welsh Guards. I had a bloke, a section commander for a while in Mortars in Wannerhour, and he was on exercise long look from the Welsh Guards.
Oh yeah. That's awesome.
Absolute fucking legend of a guy. Oh god, he could pull the chicks. Oh fuck
yeah. The accent carries well over into different countries. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the Welsh Guards, they're the Royal Palace Guards too.
Yeah. We do ceremonial and active duty. Yeah.
Did you ever do the guards in the box outside the palace?
Yeah, I did Buckingham Palace, St. James's, and London Bridge.
Did you get to have anyone come up in your face and try and be a dickhead?
Thankfully, no. Well, no, actually, I wouldn't say thankfully. I would have actually liked it because I could have showered them, but unfortunately not.
Stand back from the Queen's Guard.
Yeah, it's a lot of I'll be honest, it's a lot harder than it looks as well.
Yeah.
It's very excruciating on the arms and legs, I'll be honest.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realise, they see soldiers standing there on parade and all the rest of it. But especially when you're standing there for an hour, like completely still in one of those boxes, but you do get to move at times though, don't you? You got to walk a
we
quick
just
path.
kind of you kind of just, whoever you're working with, or if you're doing a solo, you just kind of you just go on a little patrol and then come back, just to kind of shake the legs off, get the arms blood flowing and stuff.
Because if you don't, it's one of the funniest things to see. Thankfully, it never happened to me. But if you don't move, you will spear in, folks. You will literally pass out from the lack of blood flow through your body, and it's funny when you see it happen. But you also at the same time you think, "Fuck, that must have hurt."
Yeah. The annoying thing is if you decide to move, your boots are very slippery, right? Because the pavement underneath isn't very doesn't have a lot of texture to it, and your boots are very very slidey, and they've got a lot of they don't have a lot of grip to it. So you'll just if you ain't careful, you'll just fly off your feet. So that's why you see like those compilations of guards falling over and stuff. That's the reason. It's just awful to walk on.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So you did your 4 years. You got out, and then you started playing PUBG professionally?
Yeah, I started doing college. I started studying law, business, and psychology.
Yeah.
And then it kind of like PUBG. I was playing PUBG on the side, and it kind of just took off. Yeah. And then I quit my side job and started doing PUBG professionally.
You still studying at uni?
No. I wish I'd stayed, but at the same time, I probably wouldn't have had time to do PUBG at that time.
Yep. So, who or what got you into gaming?
Oh, good question. I feel like I've always been into gaming. I think my uncle generally got me into one and like Nintendo, all that.
Yep.
And then my uncle built me my first PC where I used to play FIFA on it. But it wasn't called FIFA back then. It was I can't remember. It was like a Champions League game. But it was a one-off game, and I would just play the same old match over and over again for hours on end.
Mm-hmm.
It got to a point where I had to be banned off the PC because I was playing too much. But yeah, that's kind of when I knew I liked gaming.
Yep.
And I kind of always played gaming up until like I got my first PC in 2010, I would like to say. And I was playing Arma 2 on like 5 FPS. It was like some old laptop. But it was still a lot of fun.
What's your favorite game of all time?
It's hard to say, because as much as I would like to say DayZ, I feel like there's too much wrong with it currently for me to say that.
Yeah.
But I would say Arma 2 is probably some of the most fun besides that I've had.
Yep. So what sort of PC are you running now?
This one's it's getting a little old now. It's got an 8700K in it, which is nice. I upgraded that not too long ago. And I run a 1070 in it as well. And there's RAM and stuff as well, but nobody wants to know about that.
Specs on your on your Twitch page, mate.
Yeah, the amount of people who tell me that is crazy, and I still haven't done it. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest.
Right, just bringing the questions back up. Did you build it yourself?
Yes, yeah, I built both my streaming PC and this myself. Yeah.
Oh, so you're one of these dual console people, streaming PC and a playing PC.
Well, I needed an upgrade. Anyway from my old PC. So I decided instead of just selling it on, I would keep it for streaming and use that. So that's exactly what I did. Thank God I did as well.
Any upgrades planned for it?
I hope to get a new GPU at some point, but when that is,
CPU
I don't know.
or GPU?
GPU. Yeah. I need a new one. It's running a 1070 and it's starting to die on me.
Yeah, it's just fucking rare as hell, hard as fuck to find anything at the moment.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Everybody wants a PC.
Well, like before Christmas for the young fella, we upgraded his computer. He was running a 1080 on his, and we were trying to get a 3080 and we couldn't. So in the end, we just had to say fuck it and went to the next level. We got a 3090 for him. My son's got a better fucking PC than I do when I stream.
Hey, you got to keep him happy, right?
Yeah. Look, he's a good kid. He cooked me a fucking awesome feed tonight, mate, for my birthday. Mrs. is
That's
out of town
awesome.
for work. He cooked. Sorry, Dazzy Boy's in chat going, I have a spare 1080 Ti. It's yours for 5,000.
Love it.
But yeah, no, so he cooked me a nice spag bowl with San Marzano tomatoes and
Oof, that's nice. That does sound good, yeah. Not gonna lie, kind of jealous.
So what recording software do you use?
OBS, yeah. I just record the whole sessions at a time. I got 8 terabytes of storage, so no room for it.
And what about streaming? Are you a Slobs man or a OBS?
I use Streamlabs, yeah. I do use Streamlabs. But I do feel like I need to transition to Stream Elements. Yeah,
I've looked at it, and it sounds amazing, but I'm just, I don't know, I'm getting old, mate. We get set in our ways and get comfortable.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
That's the same for me. I'm trying to transition from Vegas to Premiere, and every time I want to, I just end up going back to Vegas, so I know the feeling.
And what about editing software?
I use Vegas currently.
Yep.
But yeah, like I said,
version?
I would like to. No, I pay for everything. I'll be honest. I'm a real. I don't know how to say it. Like I'm just as straight as you come. Where in terms of like, if I'm doing something, I gotta do it legit or not at all. It's no point.
Yeah. So your videos don't do too bad, mate. Like obviously when you compare them to some of the big guys like JLK and that, they're not up there.
Mm-hmm.
But you generally, as a rule, get a couple of thousand views minimum per video.
Yeah, it's gone really well. Like the latest movie is done. Like it's my best video today, actually. It's done really well. Obviously, like the problem is like I'm the most inconsistent person you'll ever meet. So unfortunately, I don't have that. I don't have that luxury of gaining traction all the time, just because I stop and start everything all the time. So that's my problem.
I'm a bit like that, though, mate. I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to this. But it's a hobby for me. It's just fun, something I enjoy doing.
Yeah,
so
I agree. Yeah.
Why did you start making videos and streaming?
I'll be honest. I saw a missed opportunity. When I first started stream, like I started playing, like I said, in 2013. I've been playing with Taupe since 2016, right, roughly. Like I've known Taupe for a long time.
He's a good man, Taupe, Rick.
He is a very good man, yeah. And to be fair, I didn't do content at all. Like really, like I did a stint in like 2017 where I started like streaming a bit and stuff. And I gained quite a good traction, but my missed opportunity was I should have made content as soon as I started playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be definitely a bit different story now, but it's what it is, and hopefully I don't make that same mistake.
So you played the mod back in the day?
Of course, yeah. I feel like most people do these days. I can't wait for Arma 4. I feel like it will take Daisy in a whole new direction, hopefully.
Yeah, once someone creates a Daisy mod for it, but I've been told that could take a couple of years.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. But you never know, right? The problem is right now is modders don't get help from Daisy almost at all, and Daisy is definitely making some really bad decisions currently. So
look, it's better now than it has been in the past. They are listening and learning. You know, Adam's very mod focused.
I agree with you. I like Adam a lot, and I'm sure the dev team agree. The problem I have is it's like they don't play their own game. Like this latest patch is so out of focus with the Daisy community. I don't feel like they understand what they wanted from this
Why did you
patch
say
or
that?
their goal. Well, first of all, the zombies pathing before they changed zombies, right, and their damage and their strength, and their shock damage they give. Why did they not fix the pathing first? Because the pathing on zombies are terrible. Half the time they don't come through buildings. They just run between the fucking doorway like it's never been, like they've never seen a door in their life.
Yep.
Like the whole aggro system is very weird and it seems very clunky. The new damage system they implemented has only added another major bug with the plate carrier. Where you could, like, if there's a bug where if you've got a plate carrier on now, you can tank about 15 to 20 M4 shots or 6 or 7 Mosin shots. You won't go unconscious. You will not die. You have to headshot them.
Yeah, that's the mistake I made earlier. I hit that guy with a slug at probably 25, 30 meters, and he didn't even stagger him.
Mm-hmm. The new damage system is just so inconsistent that it doesn't reward any like shooting at all. Like you might as well just wait until somebody's stationary. So if you hit a running chest shot, even if they haven't got a plate carrier, I've hit so many people this patch with a Mosin or a Winchester to the chest, and they haven't gone unconscious, they haven't died, and they've just ran off at full HP. And it's like the damage doesn't even get implemented to them. Yeah. So the sound system as well, that's another one where, like, I've had people shoot within 300 meters with me, unsuppressed, no sound. Suppress shots are way too OP, in my opinion, as well, where you can't tell where you're getting shot from, even if they're only 50 to 100 meters away. Like, there's so many things that they added in this patch to where it made the game worse. And honestly, it's more of a setback than, I think it was 0.52 or 5.5, I think, where the CLE was messed up and everything used to spawn at guard shacks.
5.7.
Yeah, 5.7, sorry.
Yeah.
But like, it's almost as bad as that patch. Like, not in terms of the loop, but just the general gameplay is just not the same or fun, in my opinion.
I don't know. I had a lot of fun back in the day on 0.57. Used to spawn in, just run straight to the nearest guard shack, grab an AK-74 and a couple of mags, and you were back into the battle.
Yes, that's the day. Yeah, I agree. But it doesn't really, like, it doesn't hold DayZ's ethos, I guess, right?
But I've got to say, mate, I miss the old meta changing with each patch that we had back, pre 0.62. Every patch came out, 0.55 was the drought patch where loot was fucking next to non-existent. But once you got off the coast, it wasn't so bad. But so many people back then were still playing just coastal shenanigans. Yeah. So that's why they were suffering. I loved 0.55. Then 0.57 came along, and like you said, everything was at the guard shacks, and it was just, I do miss the meta of the loot table changing while they were still working it out. But we look back at the old DayZ with rose tinted glasses a bit.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Same here. Yeah. I loved the legacy engine, but if I was to play it now, I probably would hate it. So I do feel like that's the thing too.
So what is it about DayZ that makes you love it so much?
For me, probably the story. That's the one reason No, the story you can make by yourself. Yep. There really isn't a DayZ lore, which unfortunately, like, servers have to make on their own, right? It would be nice if they had some sort of lore and they implemented some features into the servers to make it feel.
Have you watched the podcast episode with Matt Lightfoot?
No, I can't say I have. No.
You need to go watch it. There is lore, and he had the old lore video, and we played it on the stream. Very, very bad quality video. We were able to decipher most of it, but there is lore to DayZ. Just not a lot of people know it.
I feel like that's the thing, though, right? Like, I've got 12,000 hours in this game, and I don't know the lore. So if I don't, if I haven't heard it, there's a good chance the majority of people haven't either.
Yeah. We talked about it just the other week on the podcast, and I said they need to do a good lore video explaining the lore of DayZ. One of the big things is you hear people call them zombies, and I even saw a comment, someone saying that they're broken, they're rotting, they should be slow moving and all the rest of it, and someone had to explain, no, they're not actually zombies, they're infected people with a rage virus, so they're not actually dead, they're just alive, but they're basically insane from this virus they've got. So that's why they can still run at full speed and hit with full strength. And but as you say, people don't know it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but I feel like that it, unless it's brought to the attention, and even if the law got brought where everybody knows they're infected, I feel like people will still refer to them as zombies, and it'll always be the case, right? Or they'll refer to them as Zeds, or it's always going to be that, because I feel like DayZ is very stigmatized in the sense of zombie apocalyptic.
And everyone thinks DayZ's Day Zombie, but it's Day Zero is what it actually stands for.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
If you could add anything to the game, what would it be and why?
First of all, I would say fix the game first. I would say, honestly, they had a stint towards the end of last year where I generally thought the last patch was gonna just be a lot of bug fixes, and I was hoping for it. I really was, and I feel like a lot of people were thinking the same as well. It would be nice to end the year knowing that they were fixing a lot of issues. Like the ADS bug has been in for 8-9 months right now, still hasn't had a fix, and it's probably the most game breaking bug to date. And that still hasn't even been it's felt like nobody's even brought it to the attention. But it's got to a point where we wanted bug fixes, but beyond that, they need to add unique features to the game. Not add in potatoes, not add in farm and hose, which have the same animation as other items. The sound for for suicide and with the farm and hoe, there is no sound currently. The stuff they added was very half-assed, I'll be honest with you, in this latest patch. So what they need to add is unique unique features, such as dragging a corpse along the ground if they're unconscious, dragging them out of safety, being able to shoot out of vehicles, being able to, have lights in the server.
Though, mate, from what I understand, they don't have an animator anymore.
Yeah.
So,
but why? Is that down to Bohemia? Is that because there's no vested interest in it? What's the reason behind it? Because at the end of the day, like I said, I can say it's half-assed, and you could say they don't have an animator, but why is that a thing, right? Why don't they have an animator? And that's the key reason why, for me, this game is never going to progress than it has. It's never going to blow up like Rust has, because Rust is adding features that are unique. They're adding a whole tunnel system. They're adding a whole new overhaul to that game. But DayZ are just adding greenhouses and you can peel potatoes. What's that going to add to the game? No offense. Everything else has already been done by the server. Other modders in the community already. Damage changes has already been done by Zero, by Happy Bombs. They've already changed damage values, ballistic values. So why should this patch be any more hype than what's already been added?
Sorry, I'm just trying to share. There we go. See, this is from last year. DayZ is still selling.
Yeah,
I just shared my screen, and it honestly, someone teased me a bit with, we're all guessing that this big project they're working on is Arma 4, and someone said, what if it's DayZ 2? the DLC obviously makes up a lot of money on the armor side of things, but DayZ's still fucking selling.
It does sell, and
I don't understand why they've kind of shelved it.
I don't know myself, and that's one of the reasons. Like the one of the reasons I get frustrated when people tell me like, "Oh, this game is good." It's not. I'll be honest with you. This game isn't good. Like their system, their game is about 5 years behind. I'll be honest with you. In terms of what other games are providing currently, it's about 5 years behind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So fact that like it could be even further behind. I don't know, but for me, it's at least 5 years behind. The UI, the HUD in this game is so outdated, right? They added an emote section, which is like, you know, the emote wheel, by the way, right? Why is it so big? Why does it break immersion? Like you wanted to add an emote system, right? That adds to the immersion to the game, so you could add animations, stuff like this. Why is the UI so big for it?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's massive. Why not just have a number section? You press one key, brings up a load of options on the left-hand top corner of your screen. Small, just tells you, okay, hand raise. Okay, number 4 key. Like, why is that another thing? Why has it got to be like taking your whole screen up to just find out what you want? It just, for me, there's a lot of things that are just very outdated in the game. So unfortunately, it's always going to be the case until
it really makes me feel for Adam and the rest of the dev team that they're basically being given, for all intents and purposes, they're being given minimal resources and told to just kick the can down the road.
It's a dead man's job. It's a dead man's job where they're just going to get negative feedback all the time. And unfortunately, like, I would love to give praise to them and stuff like that, but like, how could I give praise for something that for me is like this latest patch, like I said, has only taken away my experience from DayZ, not gained. I even added anything. And I said what would happen about this patch the moment it got like the patch notes dropped for it. And it makes me feel for those guys because I know it's a lot to do with Bohemia, as it has been in the past.
Yeah, it is saddening because it's such a fucking good game.
I agree,
and it deserves a lot more love than it gets shown. And like I said, mate, I really just do feel for Adam and the team because, yeah, it's sad. On a lighter note, who is your favourite DayZ content creator? Who do you enjoy watching the most? Boydie73.
It depends what you're looking for, right? Obviously, if you're looking for comedy, you're gonna go for Stimpy for me. I love the guy. I think he makes great content in terms of DayZ.
Same.
If you're gonna go for storytelling, you have to go for I would say, like, I can't really pick 3. I would say Lewis, Josh, and Ciao currently for storytelling. I think those guys are like starting to pave the way now. And I guess, like, I don't know, PvP, I'd probably go Nazar. I'd have to back my boy Nazar.
Do you remember the status reports?
I did, yeah. Yeah, I saw them. Yeah.
What did you think of them?
I did like them. I liked the status reports when what was her name?
Batty.
She was a community CM. Batty, yeah. I liked it when she was running it, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah.
It felt a lot more personal and more in touch with the community.
She was
right
amazing.
Right now the community feels very out of touch with the game. If I'm with the devs, if I'm completely honest.
We said it quite a few weeks back. At the moment, the DayZ Twitter account feels like it. Someone in chat, I think, wrote it. That it feels like sorry, JLK's trash talking you in chat. Bloody, it feels like the account's run by people who don't even play the game. And I have seen a bit of a change since then. They're starting to be a bit more positive, I think, which is great. But yeah, What, if any, advice would you give to the dev team if they happen to watch this interview?
Listen to that community.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I can't, like, talk with guys who make content, talk to guys who are very experienced or very good in elements of the game. Talk to, if you want to know, like, if you want to talk with somebody who knows a lot of the inside and out of the game, talk with Wobo. If you want PvP, talk to, I don't know, like people who are very experienced, right, in that department. If you want to add new features which they want players to interact with the game, talk to storytellers, talk to people who want features but they can't add it. And maybe you'll get somewhere. Maybe they'll give you stuff that they can add that you can make a positive change to DayZ with.
See, I have been quite vocal on one thing. I think some of the last people that they should be talking to are content creators, because we make up such a small portion of the community. And yes, we influence play styles of people, particularly the big people in the game, but they really need to tap into just the normal player base more, because content creators all play, particularly when they're the more PvP interaction focused ones, they all play a very different style to how the average person plays, because they can't play normal, because they've got to worry about stream snipers, and base building is quite often viewed as boring. Doing it for a video is different, but streamers in particular, they play a very different style, I feel, to the average person.
I feel like base building is being boring is very stigmatized with the old generation of DayZ content creators, if I'm completely honest with you. Like, the new generation see it for what it is and see the content that can be made around it. And I feel like the old generation of content creators who play for the raw experience of DayZ, quote unquote, there is no organic raw experience of DayZ. DayZ is what you make it. Yes. And that's a mistake. I got a funny story actually where Uncle Ray Ray was playing. Like, don't get me wrong, right? I love Ray Ray. I really do. I think he's one of the funniest guys when I watch him. Every time he cracks me up. But he was playing back when I wasn't banned on Karma Crew. He was playing on Karma Crew, and it got to a point where everybody was in the north in Livonia, right? PvPing with Ray Ray. It was just coastal warfare. I DM'd him. I was like, dude, look, right? Like, maybe you can travel around the map a little bit more. And honestly, I was trying to tell him how to play the game, right? And that was wrong of me, because, no offense, but there is no way to play DayZ. And I was wrong for that. And I feel like the old generation of content creators is that ideology. They have their way of playing, and nothing is, there is no other way to play DayZ except for that. And if you say, like, if you say that, they just think you're wrong.
No, I've gotten in many an argument with them over it, mate.
Yeah, and I feel like it's I just feel like they don't see base building for what it is. Because for me, I haven't streamed a lot recently because I've been doing, like, obviously I can't stream it, otherwise I'll get raided. And I know such that and such. But yeah, but when you record and you play DayZ for like, and you just play it knowing that nobody's watching you, it's such a different experience. But I don't feel and I bring this round to your point where you say the last people you should be asking is content creators.
Streamers in particular, streamers mostly.
Yeah, but I feel like everybody, like, I take this from more the PUBG side where they didn't listen to the competitive players when it comes to the competitive side. And it was such a missed opportunity, because they would be in such a better spot now if they did listen to their PUBG player base and
see, but they had a bit of a different model there, because they've got the esports mode and then they've got vanilla mode.
Yeah, but I'm just kind of referencing that because I feel like there's always something people can add to the conversation. Even people I don't like, I feel like they could add something to a conversation that I wouldn't have thought of. So it's very important that they do listen to content creators in some aspects, and also know when content creators are chatting out their ass as well, because a lot of people do. A lot of content creators just chat out their ass, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've got into like many discussions about it because I told them that exact same thing.
What's your biggest gripe with DayZ?
The elitism in the scene, in the community scene. I hate it. Like, people think they're better than they are, and like, no, don't get me wrong, I've got an ego on me in terms of PvP. I won't get it twisted, but I feel like after 3 years of professional, gaming, and so I feel like I've got kind of a voice to say on that matter. Yeah, I just think that there's just way too much elitism in the scene, and
you need to watch the podcast with Uncle Ray on. He pretty much said the same thing, that there's an elitist
me and him are very
bunch. And I've been guilty of it myself. I'm a hardcore grinding to fucking just survive sort of player. I've looked down at the people who just play high loot servers and no stamina and all the rest of it. But it's play how you want, but you've got to try to remember not to judge others. It can be hard. We're all human. We all have our foibles. But there is a lot of elitism. I will 100% agree on that, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I agree with you.
Creates factions and cliques, and I saw it just on Twitter the other day. A female streamer saying that the DayZ community reminds her of Mean Girls a bit.
Oh, Letty, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that statement.
No, I don't think it was Lottie who said that. It was someone else.
No, Letty.
Yeah,
it's Letty. Yeah, I know which one you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very dumb, honestly. But hopefully, like, I will admit though, there is some, I guess, light at the end of the tunnel, in the sense of, I feel like a lot of the elitism is down to, once again, the old generation of content creators, and the new content creators that are coming out the scene, and they're not really new anymore, but I would say the younger generation have definitely kind of disregarded that approach, right? When you look at Josh, JLK, and Nazar, all those new...
Look at the numbers those guys are getting on their videos compared to some of the old guard.
You know why it is? It's because there's originality to their videos. I'll be honest with you. There's originality, hard work, and dedication that goes into it. And then the other people who aren't putting that in want to complain that they ain't getting those views. Or they complain, oh, it's another base rating video. Yeah, okay. But they put the effort in to make that video good quality too.
I loved, and I shouted it out. I watched Josh's podcast he did with the young guard. And it was fucking great.
It was, yeah, I agree.
A perspective from a bunch of young guys who are, some of them have been around a little while, but for the most part, they're the young guard of the game. And it was really good to hear their perspective on stuff.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you there.
And they are. They're putting the work in with those videos they release. Even down to God knows how long they spend on their thumbnails.
I mean, probably a lot of them are outsourced, right, to artists. But yeah, I agree. Like, the amount of effort that goes into their videos is great. And it's not a lot of them don't just add some weird thumbnail, like weird picture, and then put an arrow next to some random item in the thumbnail. Like, there's, like, I could go to a channel right now and I can find that right now where everyone is an arrow in it. So, like, don't get me wrong, right? You've got to have originality plus effort to make it work. Because at the end of the day, DayZ isn't a big community, I'll be honest. No. But a lot of people watch the videos. There's a lot of people who don't even play the game that watch the videos.
I think Mind is on a winning formula with his little short 1 minute, 2 minute videos.
Shorts are always going to be good because of the YouTube algorithm. Shorts will always do well.
Yeah. I think more people need to be doing it. It might bring some fresh eyes onto DayZ. Because a lot of people look and they see a 40, 50, 60 minute video. I do myself now. I just don't have the time to watch those big long sagas. But Minder's Out of Context channel, I watch every single one of them when they pop up.
Yeah, it could be good. But the thing is like you've got to kind of balance it with CPM as well, and like the YouTube algorithm and how much money you actually get, right? Because if you're making it your job, you can't just be adding shorts. Although you should make a channel and try and make shorts for sure. I agree.
What are you looking forward to the most in DayZ?
I don't know. If I'm completely honest with you, you know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to Armor 4. That's my only hope right now. Because for me, it's getting to a point where DayZ just doesn't offer anything refreshing. For one, the player base, and two, like you have to rely on servers and modders coming out with things rather than the game, and that's although it's good, it's very limiting, because the modders can only do so much, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see, but hopefully it gets better. That's all I want to say. I hope it gets better.
What mod do you love the most at the moment?
Good question. I actually have something by Mark, which like it's going to be added to V++, I imagine, in the near future, and he gave me permission to show this. I can find it. I like this. I'll send it in DM for you. I think it's different from the usual answers, I think.
God damn it. What is going wrong here? There we go. What are we watching here?
Okay, so here you have, well, once the stream loads, is the ability to switch scopes without going into your inventory.
That's pretty cool. Not very realistic, but it's pretty cool.
You have to meet realism with fun as well.
Yeah.
You don't want to be walking in your inventory trying to find a scope. I think like people just say, you know.
Are you watching what he's saying in chat?
Yeah, I said. Yeah, I see.
My ultimate plan to make DayZ into COD.
But I really like this feature. I think it's different and it's very ingenuitive, where it adds to a player's experience. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that mod, and hopefully it'll add new ideas to other modders to add new features as well, alongside what everybody else is already doing great work with.
I'm still super excited for Mario's AI and animations.
Yeah, I hope that modders can understand it, and I hope people can get around using it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Has your style of play changed at all?
I mean, I don't really have a style of play. I would say I've done almost everything there is to do in the game. I've been the bandit, I've been the KOS, I've been the friendly guy, I've been the dickhead who backstabs you. I've done everything, and I feel like that's one thing that I have to say. Like I have a good understanding of everybody's playstyle because I've done it.
Yep.
I've done almost everything there is to do in the game. So yeah, I feel like I don't really have a playstyle. I would say I just kind of whatever mood or moment I'm in at that time, you know.
And how many people do you think there should be per server?
I mean, it depends on what map,
it does vary depending on the server you're on, but we'll specify, say, churners. What's a good number on churners?
90 to 100 if the performance is good and the server FPS allows it.
Namolsk?
50.
50. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
time for the rapid fire questions, mate. Just say the first thing that comes into your mind.
Okay.
Favorite long range weapon?
Mosin.
Least favourite long-range weapon.
Repeater.
Favourite automatic weapon.
M4.
Least favourite auto weapon.
Scorpion.
KOS.
It depends.
First person or third person?
First person.
Favourite server?
Rearmed.
I thought you were going to say any you aren't banned on.
I mean, that too, but yeah.
Favourite place on the map?
Staria.
Public or private servers?
Private.
Yep. Stream sniping.
It's dumb.
What happened with you and the accusations?
Okay, so I mean, you can go to my YouTube channel to verify this as well, but it all started back in, I don't even know when it was, September last year.
Mm-hmm.
I'd got on a server. I'd got on day one, right? Bear in mind, I'd been playing the server for weeks. I'd got on that night because my dog had been diagnosed with cancer. I was just in a pissy mood. I didn't want to stream, and I was really feeling down. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling real bummed out. And I just decided, you know what? I'll just get on DayZ. I'm just gonna clear my head because that's what I've done my whole life. Is if I'm feeling down, I'll go play video games.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing new has changed. It's always been the same. So I got on, and I went on a journey. I went on a good journey. I met a couple of people, and then we went towards Stroy, and I spawned at 3 valleys. And then there I met Shroud. And then from Shroud, we ended up teaming up, and we all went all the way to Berzina with him because Summit was there, and he wanted us, to come along with him. So we did. And then we went on another journey. Once we met up at Summit, we went on a huge journey all around the map, etc., etc. And it was a lot of fun. They even asked me for my name on my stream. I never gave it. I never said what my stream was or anything like that. And that was the end of it. I ended up dying to some guy in Northwest, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I recorded the whole, just to clarify, all of this is recorded, unedited on my YouTube, right? This whole adventure was recorded and edited on my YouTube.
Got a link for it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I can find it.
Just put it into the chat, mate, so everyone can see it.
Yeah. Where is it? Yeah. Share. Copy link. Okay, and here you go. So that's the video link, and I got banned. The next morning, I went to get on Karma Crew, and I was banned from Karma Crew. At the time, I was like, why? Right? The same day I got banned from Spaggy server, but I imagine it was for the same reason, so I just appealed it on Karma Crew anyway. Either way, I got banned on Karma Crew. I went to Minder and I asked him why I'm banned, and he said, you made it too obvious. You don't go from, I think it was Goglovo to Steroid to meet with somebody. Why would you go there? And this was false information that was given by another Karma Crew member, and there was only one Karma Crew member in the stream at the time when I went back on the VOD, and that was OG. And they'd given false information where I'd gone from Goglovo to Steroid to meet with Shroud, which was false. I went from 3 valleys.
Look,
to
I'm sorry,
Dubrovka.
mate, but I have to stop you right there. If OG made that accusation, well, yeah, we all know how solid his intel is. So
yeah,
I'm being very sarcastic there.
Yeah, I know, but I'll move past that point just to move on with it anyway. Because there's already drama with that guy, and I'd rather not get into it. But either way, Minder had said that to me. I told him that was false. I give him the information. I can show screenshots of it if needed as well. And I I give him all the evidence I had, and he just ignored me. And I have stayed banned ever since. The whole admin crew, which Dazzy can vouch for as well, the whole admin crew at the time wanted me unbanned and never wanted me banned. Unfortunately, it is like that. And unfortunately, like, I got lumped with a ban that has only given me more headaches than it has. I even, like, at the time, they accused me of, like, before that as well, like, they accused me of being banned on the server. I give them all my accounts as well. And yeah, I still remain banned to this day. And he's yet to reply to my messages. And he ignored all of his admins for weeks on end, never joined a Discord call or anything, because he knew he was in the wrong, but still stuck with his guns. But yeah.
So what about day one? Did they say anything to you?
I actually asked day one at that time, the next day, if I was banned on their server because there was a queue. And they said, no, you're good. Like, you're unbanned. But between then and December, I'd met, because Shroud was playing it more consistently and he was playing the game a lot consistently, I met Shroud on 3 other occasions. One with Ceramore in Livonia. I was with Ceramore and we killed Shroud and Summit after trying to hold him up. We actually held Summit up and then he died to a stream sniper right after. I never got banned in that altercation because I was with Ceramore. Then I met Shroud in Novi, where I was with a group of people. We'd all gone on an adventure. We all went from, I think it was Electro, all the way to Novi, going through every town, and then we finally met Shroud. He was held up in a building. Like I do with every interaction where I'm trying to get a story, I'll try and talk with somebody, try to get them held up. I am so good at holding people up, and I've always been the same. Nothing different. We went on a fishing, we went to south of Novi, went on a ship, like, fishing journey, and then we all ended up all dying to some guy. That was that. And then the 4th occasion was November-ish, and I was with, I don't know if you know who Reggie is, or Bomb Funky.
Yes.
Great guy. I love him. He's my best friend. I've played day one with him for months on end, right? And honestly, you could ask any streamer who knows me from playing on day one how I play the game. And they will all tell you I give everybody a chance. I hold up as many people as I can, and I will never shoot. I would never shoot anybody who was unarmed or didn't have a gun in their hand. Like, that's just how I played on the day one servers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's plenty of evidence to support that. And then in November, I was with Reggie. We were going from Pistoshka to Vibor, and then we got open fired on by 2 guys. One of our guys had died. There was 4 of us. And then another guy died. It turned out to be Smoke and Shroud, and I'd killed Smoke, and then I'd hit Shroud 3 times. Right, so with my knowledge of hitting him 3 times with an M16 at the time, I thought he was low because he went into the piano building, and I was like, okay, he's hurt. I'm going to hold him up like I would do everyone else. Unfortunately, somebody had meted in chat who it was beforehand anyway. But as I have always done, I stick true to my word regardless of who it was. So I went and I held him up. I went to hold him up. He ended up killing both of us because I had misinformation about him not being low. He was actually 75 HP, which if I was stream sniping at the time, I would have had that information, but I didn't because I thought he was low because I wasn't stream sniping.
Mm-hmm.
The next day I got banned. By the way, I streamed that occasion as well. Except for the first occasion, I streamed everything. So the next day I was banned on day 1. Don't know why. I played the whole server for a few more hours after that. Wasn't banned, but the next day I was banned. I asked them why I was banned, and I've got a bunch of footage. I've got my stream and everything I can show you, and they just banned me from the Discord. I got no appeal or anything. And even on my CF tools, it just says no appeal, even though I've got all the proof. Well, I had all the proof. But yeah, again, I didn't get to show my side of the story, even though I streamed it, and there was no reason to ban me. But either way, we're pretty sure that somebody was involved in the ban because all my accounts got banned, and I have too many accounts to show up on CF Tools unless you request it. So somebody was involved, and the only person who has access to all my accounts was Minder. Yeah. For me,
yeah,
it is what it is.
I don't really watch day one gameplay anymore, and part of the reason why is, they're making this accusation about you. My God, mate, I have seen so many people bumping into Smoke, Shroud, fucking Lax Hawthorne, everyone else, on such regular occurrences that it's either, they've got how many 5 fucking servers. How do you keep them bumping into these people?
It's crazy, right? It's crazy. But yeah, like I said, I got no appeal of it. I didn't even get a chance to, like I said, appeal it. I had all the proof. But like I said, the only person who had access to all my accounts was Minder and Dazzy. Those are the only 2 people who had access to all my accounts, and I was banned the next day. And Minder knew before I even told anybody about my day 1 ban. So how does he know? So for me, it is what it is.
Now like you said, are you still mates with Toprek?
I mean, I haven't played with Toprek since I got banned from Karma Crew, I'll be honest with you. Because I can't, because he only plays on Karma Crew, and I mean, he's a good guy and a good friend. Like, he does want to get involved in drama, and I've got to respect his wishes on that.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, he's a good guy, and I don't want, I've been friends with him and Wicked for years, and I don't want to break that regardless. Even at the time, even if I was upset about it, I shouldn't have. I can't expect anything of him,
It just, I don't know.
There's a lot of people who know the situation, in terms of content creators, especially around the Karma Crew situation, and think it's bull crap. They've had no proof. Like, Dazzy can testify to this. Nobody's got proof. But yeah, it sucks.
That's it, though. This kind of comes back to your point about the elitism. You upset the wrong people and you're kind of fucked.
Yep. Yeah, it sucks, but listen, like, I try not to dwell on it too much because,
it's got to be frustrating for you, though.
Oh, for sure. At the time, I was very frustrated. I was DMing everybody I could find, like, who had some influence. Like, of course, I was very frustrated at the time.
I was happy they let you on the creator server.
Yeah, I'm glad Inclement and Erno, decided to let me on. It was very, very reassuring that not everybody was either like not going to speak up or not going to begrudge me for somebody's opinion. And it's just a couple of people who have that opinion, I would say. And they're more than welcome to that opinion. If that's what they think I am, that's cool. But listen, with no ego involved, and this is no egotistical statement, I do not need to stream snipe anyone to be better than them. I do not. Like, I'm a much better PvPer than all of them.
Yeah, but I think where they're going is, and where I go with a lot of the people who I think do it, they're all doing it for their Mr. Moon meeting syndicate moment.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's not so much about wanting to beat someone. Yes, there are definitely people out there who stream snipe just so they can do a video. I slayed Shroud, I shredded Smoke, stuff like that. But there's others out there who I firmly believe there are people who have stream sniped just so they can meet up with a Smoke, a Ceramore, a Lax, a Shroud, and get their moment in the spotlight and get their name out there and grow their audience.
I mean, you're not wrong. Of course, that's always going to be. There's always going to be people who do that. Like it'd be very naive of me to say that's not the case. But considering, like, the first time where I didn't even give my name out. I didn't even give my stream. I didn't give anything. Like, the fact that I've never given that out, or I've never even, considered it, like, should tell you, like, the sort of person I am. Like, I'm not about that. Like, when I met Shred, I didn't go live straight away, because I was feeling like shit. I'm playing the game. I met him like any other normal person. But, like, I'm not gonna go at, like start my stream. Yeah, I'm gonna get some clout from this. No, like, that's, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it off my own back, right? Like, I'm not gonna go do it. Like, I don't know. Never ask for shout outs, never ask for anything. I include everybody in my videos, like, in the description. I never ask it for in return. Like, I'm not that type of person. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna do it. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it legit. So people can say what they want, but yeah, it's just, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, it's disappointing, mate. It is disappointing. Just, yeah.
Like, the one thing I will say is, there's a lot of people in the scene who aren't what they seem they are.
Oh, yeah.
To their audience.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I know, and I've got proof of behind the scenes, that they don't want shown. I assure you, they do not want shown. And they're more than welcome to come at me, but nobody's ever had proof of me, yet they still want to keep me banned. It's cool. But yeah, it is what it is.
Sounds like a complete and utter fucking clusterfuck, mate.
It is. I agree with you. It's really bad. Like, I'll be honest. It's like, it's like I said, it's a very elitist attitude, and it's not admitting when you're wrong. So it sucks, really.
It does, mate.
Yeah, that's why I'm banned off. Well, I don't know what the fourth ban is. I think it was just a regular other ban as well. Probably shot on somebody. Probably killed the wrong person.
What advice would you give to people thinking about buying DayZ, mate?
Watch videos. Watch Amish Dead. Watch his beginner's tips. Learn the basics first. And kind of like walk before you can run, kind of thing. Other than that, have fun. Don't worry about dying. I think that's one thing. Don't be attached to gear. Allow yourself to have that story, that adventure.
Have you played Scum?
I did a long time ago, not recently.
Give it another shot. Mate. It's come a long way.
Yeah, I've been keeping a close eye on it for sure. But it's similar to Escape from Tarkov. I don't want to get myself sucked into another game.
What can we expect from you in the future, mate?
In the future, hopefully longer videos, more storytelling, hopefully. I don't want to just do generic PvP videos. I think they're very stale, in my opinion. Yeah, just some good fun and some nice chats, hopefully, in the streams and stuff. So just a regular person playing DayZ, I guess.
I really wish you'd had your webcam on, because it would have been really good to have been able to see your face while you were talking about all that stuff before, mate.
Yeah, I wish, dude. Yeah, I wish. I should have sorted it out before the stream. I forgot.
But look, I couldn't really give a fuck either way, to be honest. I don't think you did. I don't, based on what you've said to me. And I just wish people could. Yeah, I don't know. It's such a messy fucking thing. Very, very messy.
It is. It really is. I hope, because the crazy part is there's people who accuse me of that stuff, yet play with stream snipers themselves, and yet have the audacity to call me out. It baffles me, the hypocrisy of the scene, if I'm completely honest, in some instances. So it is what it is. It's kind of like monkey, you know what I mean? You do as I say, nor as I do, kind of ideal. So it is what it is, right? You can't do much more than tell my side of the story.
Yeah. People will make their mind up, mate, but, you know, there's really, in chat, most people have been pretty, okay. Just sounds like a lot of sour grapes and elitism.
Yeah. Like, I never wanted this drama. I wish I went back to never even playing with any of the camera crew except for Taupe, if I'm completely honest. Because it only instigated drama and stupid stuff.
Yep.
I mean, there's no shock why camera crew isn't as relevant anymore, if I'm completely honest. But it is what it is.
Mate, thank you so much for coming on. I am glad we decided to go for a one-to-one with you, as opposed to just getting you on the podcast and, you know, only getting to spend a little bit of time talking about it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun, honestly. It's nice to, because I've said this publicly on my stream before, but it's nice to actually say it in front of somebody, tell the whole story, and people can make their minds up for it as it was, and not necessarily have a bias because they watch my stream. So yeah.
All the best, mate, and I hope some people do take a look at it, and, you know, maybe clear the slate and start again, and
hopefully
let bygones be bygones. But you know, time will tell on that, mate. But yeah,
I agree. Like, I'm not gonna begrudge people, but, you know, like, it's for them to change, not me at this point. So it is what it is.
Yeah, you've got in chat here a former admin from Karma Crew saying he'd love to remove that ban.
But he is an admin, but Minder won't let him.
Yep.
Even though there's no proof, so
I figured that probably wouldn't have gone well for a relationship if he still believes that it was bad.
I mean, like I said, like, if you ask the admin team now, like, still they would say remove the ban, but apparently Minder has more authority than them, so it is what it is, right?
Yeah. Well, mate, you just keep on doing you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. It's been very nice to chat.
It has been. I enjoy doing these, mate.
For sure.
I've got an exciting next one lined up with Martin from the Taviana map.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you try and convince him to make it for Daisy, okay?
It ain't gonna happen, mate. Taviana Origins, mate. Taviana Origins.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm just trying to finalise the date for that one, but because every time we bring up maps, you know, someone always says Taviana, we need Taviana. I never got to play Taviana. Like I always said, I've only got a handful of hours in the mod, and I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing. So yeah, I'm excited to see what he's doing with this. You know, it's obviously going to be quite Daisy-ish. So it'll be interesting to see another candidate stepping up in this genre.
Agreed. It should be a lot of fun. Hopefully it's good.
Yeah.
There's some competition at least. Well, happy birthday anyway, buddy.
Cheers, mate. Thank you so much.
Good rest of your night, okay?
Yeah, well, it's not my birthday anymore for me now. It's 1/14, but yeah.
All right, man. Well, you take it easy and get some rest, all right?
Cheers, buddy. All the best.
All right. Have a good one, buddy.